Hello again, everyone. So today I'm talking about Adam Johnson and Matt Petgrave, that whole situation. I saw the video of the EIHL game, and I have to admit that it is very understandable why people would think that Matt Petgrave would have intentionally killed uh, Adam Johnson. I'm not going to argue that in one way or the other, but there are definitely some things that just did not sit right with me with that, and he lost his balance. Um, the one thing the with the way he skated in, he had his heel up, or he has foot up, right? He has foot up, and he was holding on to the guy's shoulder. The only, like, unless you're now typically if you if you're wobbly like that, you would fall back, but he grabbed the shoulder beforehand, and he did not try to put his foot down. That really was, or it didn't appear like that, or something, or he pulled a muscle or something. But unless there's a report, if there's a report of that, maybe there is, but we were just not clear on this. So this situation really is a bit odd, and I've never seen anything like this. Like this kick. Obviously, there's been incidents of players sliding into each other with there as well. That happens a lot. If you're the goalie, that happens common enough. And there was a situation in the late 80s, early 90s with it might have been Hasek who had it, and then from there, neck guards for goalies became common. So there was that, but the Buffalo Sabres goalie was bleeding out, and the medics or the medical people or the trainers had to get on the ice immediately, and he was leaning back too. Now the whistle should have been called and should have been blown immediately for Adam Johnson. And the worst thing Adam Johnson could have done, was to stand up. He should have been on his back immediately so it wouldn't bleed out as well. So that even is a bit of a thing, because he was standing up. I do remember that as well. So the whole situation did not feel usual. Now, back to Matt Petgrave. He has been a very dirty player. He has been kicked out of of his last two games, or out of the last four games he's played in. He's been kicked out of two of them. He has had 71 penalty minutes in 11 games. Can we do the math on this real quickly? That would be an average of about 7 minutes per game. Yeah, about maybe a little more than that, or maybe a little less than that, as well. But for round numbers, it's 7 minutes. Okay, it's 7 minutes, and he's on there, and that's a very significant portion of your ice time when you're playing about a third of the game, too, and that's. That is about, that's close to 30% of the game. When he's missing this, it seems like, he's intentionally going in the penalty box, and he's, having his issues as well. And many of the Americans and Canadians who don't quite make it go into the league too, but you can't be dirty as well. And I do, and I just have to be skeptical on the whole situation too. That this could have been intentional, and this couldn't have been intentional because of the way he was holding hit the opposing player's shoulder, and he was trying to come back down, if he could have pulled a muscle and it stuck up there, and it could have been like a calf muscle as well. That is possible, and it could have just and he could have just had trouble bringing it down. That is understandable, and he just couldn't bring it down in time. Maybe that happened as well. If and the police should investigate this 100%, because this is very questionable. Now, in sports, you are mostly responsible for yourself as well. Because there can be an accident or something, but if someone intentionally tries to kill you, of course you're going to be arrested. And if this is the case, then he should be arrested and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law in the UK, and that would be it. But I'm still a little skeptical on whether or not he actually, first of all, intentionally did this. But secondly, if he didn't, then then the UK government or Brantford or Sheffield, I think they were in Sheffield, whatever their district is, they have nothing to go off of, and we're just left with a sad death. And this brings me to the thing of neck guards as well. Should we have neck guards as well, even for the amateur players at least? All amateur players at least have a cage or hard plastic, and their entire face is covered. Maybe we need to be looking into the neck. Just saying. So let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you all later.